Hello. If you're a teacher in Ghana, I'm sure at a point in time you've asked yourself whether you can teach with your certification or your qualification outside the shores of Ghana. Yes, and with the purported collaboration between the government of Ghana and the various departments of education in the UK, I'm sure to your desire for answers to this question has even soared. Uh, but to be able to teach in the UK, can you just be recruited from Ghana to teach in the UK if you do not have their minimum qualifications? I think it's a question that needs to be answered. For the being aware of how sensitive this matter is, I have tried as much as possible to uh, decouple any form of sentiments or opinions. And so what I'm going to express are based on only facts as they appear on the official website of the UK government. Now, there are four routes in which you could obtain a certificate to teach in the UK. I am going to dwell on the first one for the purposes of this video. I'm going to explore the other ones in my subsequent videos. Now, the first one is applying to teach, applying for a QTS in England. What is a QTS? A QTS means qualified teacher status. If you don't have a qualified teacher status in England and you have any form of engagement with a school, you are deemed as an unqualified teacher. You are termed a teaching assistant. It means that you do not qualify to teach, or you play only a supporting role. So with the first route, how does it work? Before you can apply for a QTS if you were trained outside of England, you must purge yourself against pre-existing criterion, an eligibility criterion. Let's look at the eligibility criteria. Let me say that being a teacher alone is not a sufficient condition for you to apply for a QTS in England. Let's see the criteria. 1. I am going to direct you into the portal so you can fill the criteria. You can fill the questionnaire yourself, and the system, on the basis of the responses you give, would give you a feedback whether you are qualified to teach or to apply for a qualified teacher status. That forms the basis upon which you can get a teaching appointment in England. So the eligibility questions. 1. Have you used the service before? They are referring to this particular portal, which I will refer you to shortly. 2. In which country are you currently recognized as a teacher? So you enter your country of recognition. 3. Do you have a teaching qualification that was completed in Ghana? In fact, they are becoming country specific because in my second response I said that I received my teaching qualification in Ghana. 4. Do you have a university degree? 5. Are you qualified to teach children aged 11 to 16? 6. Does your teaching qualification certificate or university degree or certificate state that you are qualified to teach one of the following subjects? So they are narrowing down the criteria. They are narrowing it down. That is why I said from the onset that the QTS is not for any other teacher, but for the teachers of these subjects. 1. Maths. 2. Science. 3. Biology. 4. Chemistry. 5. Physics. 6. French. 7. German. There are a host of other languages that are not relevant for our discussion, and so I didn't include them. But note, they are very particular and intentional about uh, the subject you did. They do not accept similar or related subjects, so that, for example, you cannot substitute economics with you cannot substitute mathematics with economics. You can't say because of the relatedness of economics and mathematics, I have a certificate in economics, but I am applying. If you do not fall within the subject areas they've mentioned, they wouldn't accept you because your certificate is even going to specify your area or specialty. Or you cannot say because you did engineering and it has some relatedness with physics, you are going to apply with your engineering certificate. They still would not consider your application. Number 7, how long have you been recognized as a teacher? And so you enter it. The options are there too. 10 years, 1 year, 2 years, and so on and so forth. And so you state how many years you've been a teacher. Do you have any sanctions? Yes. Do you have any sanctions? If you have any sanctions with the Ghana Education Service, you state it. The options are 2 binary options, either yes or no. If on the basis of these responses, the system is going to tell you whether you qualify to apply for a qualified teacher status. Let me state that the qualified teacher status is that which allows you, that certification which allows you to apply to teach in any school in the UK, pre-tertiary school in the UK. Good. Now you have passed your eligibility criteria, so you want to apply for the qualified teacher status. What are the requirements? 1, you need to prove your identity, yes. So you need a proof of identity, proof that you are who you say you are, yes. How do you do that? You do that by way of a birth certificate or a passport or your ECOWAS or Ghana card. So that is how you prove your identity. And then the second one is that you must prove your certification. Yes, prove your qualification or certification. How do you do that? You provide evidence of your certificates. You provide them with your certificates, your transcripts. Good. But note that just like Ghana, they've completely phased out diploma in education certificates as well as post-secondary certificates in teaching. So those two are phased out. It means that the basic certification they accept relative to the consideration of award of a QTS is a degree. You must have a degree. The third point, relative to your requirements for application for a QTS is a proof of English language. Yes, a proof of English language. There are some waivers, but especially if you were born in an English speaking country, Belize, Canada, Jamaica, and a host of Australia, a host of others. But if you were not born in any of these countries, you must prove that indeed you have some level of proficiency or fluency when it comes to the 4 basic language skills: listening, speaking, writing, and the other. So you must provide a proof. How do you provide that proof? You go to your university and then tell them that you are looking for what we call an English proficiency letter. Any university should be able to provide for you. So that is the third requirement you need if you want to apply for a qualified teacher status while you live outside of Ghana. Number 5, prove that you are recognized as a teacher. Yes, you must prove that you are recognized as a teacher. You do so by furnishing them with your license. Yes, your teaching license, or your license, your teaching license number. And they have stated the format. In fact, they have suggested the site in which you could obtain your teaching license number in case you do not have a Teacher Portal Ghana account. That is what they are saying. That is where they are saying you can obtain your license number. And they are also aware that your license number must be of the form or the format PT slash 0000060 slash 4 other zeros. What it means is that the first area should contain 2 letters, the second one should contain 6 letters, the third one should contain 4 letters. And so if you have any number that is not of this form, it means that they are not accepting it. It is probably not a license number. You might have to do you might have to recheck and see. Number 6, proof of work history. Yes, proof of work history. It is possible that some people had their qualification soon as they attain their diploma, soon as they attain their degree. They found their way out of the classroom. They are doing something else, and so you need to prove that indeed you've been working as a teacher. You are required to provide references. So, and in doing so, you need to provide the email addresses of those references. In fact, those are going to play in the decision as to whether they should grant you a QTS, a qualified teacher status, or not. Good. I think that's about that. And then if your certificate, this does not apply to us, but let me add it anyway. If your certification is in other language apart from English, you look for a translator who is able to translate it into English. Good. So that's about the QTS. By way of recap, we have said that there are 4 ways in which you could attain your QTS, qualified teacher status. The QTS is the minimum qualification that allows you to teach in the UK. You can apply for a QTS even when you are outside of the UK. The relevance of the QTS is that it allows you to teach in the UK. It also offers you the opportunity to apply for schools even when you are outside of the UK. And if you are fortunate, such schools could sponsor you and bring you to the UK. So that is about the qualified teacher status. Route 1, I've told you there are 4 routes. So I'm going to explore the other routes in my subsequent presentations. Thanks so much for watching. See you.